Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with some of the best decks in 2025 after the balance changes. Clash Royale considerably shook up the game with the addition of the Rune Giant and the Evolved Dart Goblin. Whether you're overbuffing your cards with the Rune Giant or powering through your opponents with the Evolved Dart Goblin's poison, there's a multitude of different methods of skillessly spamming through your opponent's defenses. It's time to cut right to the chase and showcase the best decks with the new cards so we can all assert more dominance. And shout out to everyone that's using creator code SIRTAG, making videos on this channel possible. So in the brand new meta, the Prince spam is king. Since we're running Dagger Duchess, we're allowed to play a bit more obnoxiously than opponents would want. So we can spam and essentially overcommit and rely on the Dagger Duchess to clean up any 3 elixir card or less very cost effectively. So a bait card like a Goblin Barrel or Goblin Gang is not going to get that much damage in our face. I'm going to rage because I think the guards will do more damage. The Goblin Curse takes a little bit of time to kick in and deal its maximum potential. So pairing it with rage is really effective. You want to go Goblin Curse first and then rage, because the damage of the rage is going to be amplified 20 extra %. Anything that you hit with the Goblin Curse will take 20% more damage if you drop the Goblin Curse first. And you just want to play like Goblin Curse first in every single situation you can. I'm going to go Goblin Giant here so we can pull the Dark Prince, and then I think we're better off going in for the Rage with the Goblin Curse. So we're going to rage up our Goblins that we're about to get. We assassinate his Goblin Giant way faster, and we turn his Spear Goblins into Goblins for our team. So now we have a Goblin army on the left side, and he's going to have to zap that, which is really bad for him. Notice how I'm going to ignore all of the Goblin Gang on the right because I have Dagger Duchess, so I can apply more pressure on the left side with the Goblin Gang. Overall, terrible trade for our opponent. And then we ignore the Spear Goblins. This is what you do with the deck. You ignore and you spam more. That is how you play a double Prince deck in this meta, specifically abusing the Dagger Duchess as one of the best troops in the game. Clash Royale might think that the regular cards are overpowered, but the Tower Troops are interacting with every card in the map at all points in time. It's basically having something in the game without having to cycle back to it. So that's the reason why it's so strong. We're going to go and use the amplification so that we can kill the evolved bats even though they get extra heal. And then we have all the goblins tanking for the Dark Prince and putting our opponent in a perilous position where he somehow has to take a tower here, but I don't know if he's able to. We're going to go Goblin Giant, so we definitely want to get a Dark Prince down so we can soak up that damage, but we're going to go in for a Prince afterward. You know what? Screw it. We're going to go Curse here. We're going to curse you. You are not going to be able to keep any of those Spear Goblins alive. All of them belong to us, and we've galvanized another army of Goblins. You know what? This push is far from over. I think we're going to be able to power through the Dark Prince here, keep our Dark Goblin alive, potentially like rage up the Dark Goblin. Dang, if we were able to rage that up in 3 crown, that would have been priceless, but it's not something that we're going to throw out of contention just yet. There is still a possible 3 crown on the radar. We're going to go Goblin Curse first because we want the Goblins to stop the Prince from charging on our tower. Screw it. Let's let him take a tower. I'm about it. Never doubt it. He's not going to 3 crown me. We might be able to 3 crown him. So we're going to go rage this. We have the Goblin Giant still alive. We can go Goblin Gang in the middle. I was hoping that we get a 3 crown, but I think I'm just going to secure the other tower so I can guarantee the win right here. You know what? I'd rather not make it dicey. I'd rather slice and dice the tower with our Spear Goblins. GG, we'll jump on to the next one. As you guys can see, this deck is dominant. Using the cheesy Goblin Curse paired with Rage to swiftly steal your opponent's cards, turning them into Goblins, and then attacking them with enhanced attack speed is one of my favorite plays to do in the game. Bro's got Dart Goblin in the banner, and we are ready to dart through with our Dart Goblin spam. We're going to make him throw a temper tantrum when he realizes what he's matched into. So, actually, if you go Sus Bush because it moves a little bit faster, I wonder if my Dark Prince is going to be smart enough to go and bash the Goblins. I think so. Yeah, we do take a little bit of damage, but it's not that bad. We're able to Dark Goblin on Dark Goblin here, and then I can go Goblin Giant. The great thing is Dark Goblin never missed an opportunity to mess up. Legitimately, it did not target my Dark Goblin. We're able to rage, and we might be able to just win the game right now. Our Dark Goblin refuses to die, gets a rage out of our guy, and the game is already over. If you win bridge battles with this deck, because you can go in for a Goblin Giant or a Dark Prince or a Prince in front of your Dark Goblin or Goblin Gang, a lot of times you have ways of converting your opponent's cards or just like really enhance your attack speed of your cards that are surviving with Rage, and then you win the game. So I should be able to defend this Sus Bush play. If he goes in for another offense on the other side, I don't think he's going to be able to win this. So yeah, we're going to kill the Sus Bush with this Dark Prince, take 0 damage, go guards here, go Prince. This game is all but won. There's nothing he can do. This was utter destruction and demolition. Bro's going to try to stop the 3 crown here, but I don't think he can. Easy light work. Lighting his towers ablaze. And we got another one. I cannot believe how quick the wins are with this deck. I predicted that this was going to be the best deck in the meta, and after the balance changes, it is not disappointing me. So I'm going to go Goblin Giant in the back. I also like going Goblin Giant pretty early on because I think that I can defend the other side usually reliably with our guards and our Dagger Duchess. And even if we go into a Sparky, it's not that bad. Obviously, it's not the play that we would want, and we're going to go Prince on the other side paired with the Goblin Curse if he drops bait cards. Otherwise, I think this is just okay. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. We should be able to kill this Goblin Giant and then use guards or Dark Prince on defense, though it's not going to be able to kill us today. The only downside is if he zaps like that, then I guess it's a little bit worse. But I do have guards, so I'm going to soak that up. Dark Prince is not going to die. We should be able to get away with this Dark Prince not getting hit by the Sparky. Beautiful. So then the guards would get hit twice, and then we'd be able to clean it up. The only downside about this is, again, like, you take damage early on. Playing against the Sparky deck, you can't necessarily zap because we did swap out the zap for a rage because I wanted to run the Dart Goblin Evolution. If you wanted to play this deck in a different capacity and you're like, hey, Jake, I like, using things that aren't Dart Goblin Evolution, you can also play this version with Evolved Zap instead of running Evolved Dart Goblin, and then you replace the rage for Evolved Zap. So that version, if you guys want to check it out, that'll be in the pinned comment. There will be an entire full-length video on my main channel with it, and I love that version too. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different ways of playing this deck. There's so many that you guys will find success with. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to accept you can't defend that tower. It's fine for me. It's not like you're defending against a Dark Prince and regular Prince. You're 100% losing your tower, bro. So it seems like to me the only reasonable play for our opponent is try to 3-crown me. But with the Dart Goblin, he's not going to be able to do that. Also, Dark Prince will die, so he messed up. He overcommitted massively. As long as we're able to kill these, we're going to go Curse, so then the Spear Goblins die and get turned into Goblins. Right about now. Cool. Wait, we did 1,500 HP on his other tower. That's wild. Really bad for him, actually. So I can do this. And then I can go Goblin Giant because he can't pull that. I don't think the Dark Goblin kills the Sparky, but there's a chance. There's actually a reasonable chance. If I rage that... Wait, what the heck? Oh my gosh, that Dark Goblin is still alive. That Dark Goblin is still alive. 200 HP on the 3-crown. Clash Royale, what are you doing? Like, why is Dark Goblin so broken? Like, I understand that they overbuffed it and then they give it an evolution, but it's not supposed to be that good, man. It ain't supposed to be that good. Alright. So, I do think that we clean this up, and I'm pretty sure Dark Goblin 3-crowns him. It's poisoned. It's dead. We don't even have to do the rage. The poison damage stays there for 4 seconds. So the fact that that is going to be there permanently must make him pretty annoyed. Another incredibly easy victory. Let's dart on to the next one. All right, it's time to secure the last game with this deck. This guy's a top 200 player or around that looking at the banner. So I should be pretty scared. But when I'm running Goblin Giant, nothing makes me afraid. This deck is so filthy. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm going to go Goblin Giant at the bridge because this guy also apparently doesn't defend things. It is what it is. It be that way sometimes. I could go in for a Goblin Curse here, but I do think we're going to kill the Bomber anyway. Ooh, yep. I'm going to Curse now. Heck yeah, bro. If you want to give me bats, that is a glorious, glorious present. So we're going to be able to present him with a tower loss, and then I can go in for a Dart Goblin here as well, because guess what? There's no way he's killing that. He just exhausted his spell. So I can go in for guards a bit lower, possibly pull the Lumberjack into the Dart Goblin and maybe the other tower if you're lucky. It didn't work as planned. However, Dart Goblin, one of the best cards in Clash, pummeling through those obnoxious little lava pups. I'm going to get a Prince down to delay our Dart Goblin so it doesn't die, and the Dart Goblin is flying here. What the heck? Valuable Rage. Let's go. We are on the same page of declaring our dominance in this match. Love, love, love using Dart Goblin. Guys, it's 4 a.m. right now. I just got back after a party with my friends, and we are not parting ways with our towers. You might think that my brain cells are fried, but our opponent's towers are in more of a problematic position than my life is right now. Who would be recording Clash Royale at 4 a.m. besides me? I can't think of anyone. Anyway, we're going to go in for a Goblin Giant in the middle, and we're also going to maybe go in for a Curse depending on what happens here. Yeah, I think we're in a great spot. Like, I'm just going to go Curse, hopefully kill the Bomber. Definitely going for a Dart Goblin here. Generally, my preference is to force our opponent to drop cards that they don't want to, so that I don't have to defend. Because I'm a little bit antagonistic whenever I play Clash Royale for sure, but I also hate using my brain at 4 a.m. I don't know about you guys. Sometimes you just want to turn off your brain and make your opponent be in pain. Okay, this is super bad. I gotta go curse or I'm dead. Literally, I might die to Evo Bomber that somehow got, like, cloned up. Like, this is not Star Wars, bro. This is not the Attack of the Clones. Get out of here, bro. All right, I'm gonna go Goblin Giant in the middle and just be a dum-dum. More fun to play this way anyway. I can also go in for a Dart Goblin if we really want to start getting some poison action on him. 100% raging that. I would love to get the Goblin Giant on top of the tower. But if the Goblin Curse was back in session, we would be vibing a bit faster. You know what? Screw it. If we can curse the Baby Dragon because it was going to die to the poison, that's definitely a vibe. Or to throw a Goblin Giant at the bridge. Because you know what? You have to Lob Hound, and you're going to die to the Goblin Giant if you do that. He knows he's dead to the Goblin Giant. We're going to let the Bomber lock onto the tower so then the Spear Goblins stay alive. We're going to rage this up to kill the Bats and guarantee a dominant W against a ranked 200 player-ish. Still really good and probably better than me. But bro, you're in misery. You lost somehow, some way. We're standing on the shoulder of Goblin Giants completely getting carried by this overpowered deck, beating some of the best players in the world without any problems. Oh, this guy's already oopsing out here. I wonder if he messed up. Maybe he messed up queuing into the Rune Giant. He already knows. He's foreshadowing the future and scared already. So generally with this deck, you want your opponent to make the first play. If you have to, you could go and cycle a Fisherman because you have Hunter and you have Guard, so you're able to distract or defend most bridge spam. I also don't cycle my Fisherman in the back because if I do, then it's going to potentially yoink a Giant Skeleton or a P.E.K.K.A or something scary. So that's just not the way that I'd like to play. I'm able to cycle my Hunter now because I know that I'll be able to get back to a counter to Balloon. And yeah, he's going to Balloon me. So fortunately for us, we do have our Archers here, so we're not going to take an extravagant amount of damage. We can go for a Rune Giant in front of the Hunter. It's a weird play. I think it might work out, but the Rune Giant doesn't do well by itself, so we want the level 15 Hunter to put in work here. In fact, I'm going to rage it up so it can attack faster, and watch as it one-shots the Miner. Look at that. Insane. And then it's going to do even more damage to the tower, please? Yes! But that did 1,100 damage to the Miner and one-shot it. So, as you can see, the Rune Giant enhances the attack damage of Hunters and Goblin Giants to an extreme extent. Very strong. And also the Evolved Archers too, they fire pretty fast, they have long range. They're a nice added bonus into the deck. A lot of people were asking me, why don't you play Firecracker in this? Well, the Archers can kite units if you split them in the middle. They can also be sacrificed if you need to, so they're just generally a little bit better. So I'm always going to go and hold my Archers right now if I don't have my Hunter in cycle. It would just be a tragic decision if I did anything other than that. I'm going to Miner yet again. I don't know why the Miner loves the Hunter so much, but I don't think that that should be the way it is. So we'll take what we can get. Hunter's level 15, but it's not reaching the tower just yet. So I can cycle my Archers on the right side if I can get back, but I want to hold them all in my hand. I'm going to go Guards here because he doesn't have an amazing answer for them. And I don't want a Rune Giant without the Evolved Goblin Giant, to be honest. So we're going to cycle our Archers in the back now. We're expecting him to go in for his Balloon, and exactly as so. So we're going to go in for our Rune Giant with this, and I think it might be pretty good for us. I'm not going to lie, that is a very dead parade. So yeah, Hunter is one of the best cards to counter Balloon anyway, but it got even better in this interaction. Now we're going to go Rage up, hope we have the Rune Giant put in work. It did die a little bit faster, but it's still tanked for everything else, so it doesn't even matter if it dies as long as it gives your Goblin Giant enough room to breathe. Because if your Goblin Giant can get near the tower, then it's pretty much game over. There's not much they can do from that perspective to defend you afterwards. So sometimes it's just a little bit of a sacrifice, but it be what it be. Wait, let's see how much damage it does to the tower now. Are we going to be able to 3-crown this guy? You know what? I genuinely think it would be possible. The Hunter did kill everything by itself. Yeah, I mean, it's repulsive to see how strong these cards are, even by themselves. Rune Giant paired with Goblin Giant is a parade push that can take out a tower while the opponent goes all in, and they still lose every ounce of their elixir on offense to a single one Hunter. Papa let me win. Bro, Dart Goblin is never gonna let you win, okay, brother? Even if it's not played, it's the mascot cheering against you every time. Princess of the Bridge is notoriously one of the most toxic strategies you could do in Clash, because a lot of times your opponent will be doing negative elixir traits into it, and even better than that, it's funny because sometimes they aren't going to react immediately, and then they'll take a terrible trade. And If they do let the princess lock onto the tower for multiple shots and then drop a higher elixir card, you can usually clean it up with the Dart Goblin, the Rascals Goblin Gang. You have very cost-effective cards in this deck. So I do want to go Goblin Gang here, but I want to go Wall Breakers first because I want to force Elixir there so then he doesn't arrows and kill the Goblin Gang. He kills the Goblin Gang, I'm in a bad time. Yeah, so he took a ton of damage. What the heck, dude? That was insane. All right. We have to slow down a little bit. We have to ease into this game. If I go full sprint ahead, I will wind up dead to a Mega Knight any second. So, have to chill a little bit. After seeing Prince and Zap and Musketeer, it is definitely going to be a Mega Knight deck. There's no doubt about it. If I go in for a Princess, it should be able to snipe that. And then, ooh, wow. Really well played, man. That's phenomenal. I mean, he's going to do a ton of damage. Both Wall Breakers connect because the Miner tanks for it. I thought he was going to snipe the Princess, but he didn't. So, I guess that's one good thing for us. Gonna go Barbril or... Oh, whoa! Okay. That was a good prediction for us, I guess. I didn't think he would go Goblin Gang, to be honest. I thought he was gonna drop something else that would be able to snipe. Thought maybe like bats or something, but hey, that's something we will take. I'm not popping ability because we're gonna take tower anyway, and I want to go Goblin Gang here. I could also go Wall Breakers. Maybe he predicts it. Alright, I thought he might predict it with the Zap. Fortunately, he didn't. We can go Dart Goblin. We haven't even cycled our Dart Goblin. Guys, we are zero progress of getting the Dart Goblin Evolution. Y'all are going Mob Psycho mode where you're like getting progressively more annoyed with me while we're making zero progress. I'm sorry. All right, we're going to eventually cycle the Dart Goblin if it's the last thing I do. It's a very good card. It's just, you know, I always put preference of cycling the Princess when I can typically, and I have to get in the realm of knowing, hey, Dart Goblin's a pretty strong card. You can drop that too, Jake. All right, we're going to go on the left side here. And we're eventually going to cycle the Dart Goblin. Believe it or not, it's coming down. For the first time, it's making an appearance in the game. Gonna lock onto the tower. Here's the thing, though. I have to somehow defend this Prince. And I do think it's going to be a potential problem here. So I'm going to get a Goblin Gang down. I definitely want to go and stop this with Wall Breakers if he zaps, which he should. Is he not going to zap? What the heck? All right, wait. Evolve Wall Breakers on defense? Oh, they killed their own Wall Breakers! That's insane! Wait, do I even get to the Dart Goblin Evolution this game? I played with one evolution this game, guys. But we activated King Tower with the Miner. And by the way, we don't need any extra evolutions in this deck. It's so good that sometimes you'll just win without having the extra Dart Goblin Evolution. It's like sometimes not necessary if you play well enough or if you have the right things going for you. So, hey, we'll get the Dart Goblin Evolution one day. If you want to see more of any of the decks that I played today, check out the pinned comment for full videos on my main channel. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more content, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.